His kindness stretched across the board. He brought life to the city, and that's something that we all should appreciate. He's the definition of living life to the fullest, all the way to the end.
He was a people's person, and there was never a time I didn't see him smiling or hugging and just really being someone, an advocate for everyone.
He was for the citizens of this city. He didn't see color, he saw need.
He loved this community. It's of no surprise that he served this community literally till his last day.
Good afternoon. I'm Len Cannon, live here at City Hall, where for the past 7 hours, people have been walking inside to pay their respects to former congressman, state representative, and for 8 years, the mayor of the city of Houston, Sylvester-Turner, his casket inside where he lies in state in the City Hall rotunda. We have team coverage for you today. Back in the studio, Sherman Chow and Jason Bristol are covering the other news of the day, while Jason Miles is here at City Hall with me. He's been here since this morning. He'll be talking to folks who've been going inside to get their perspective and the reasons why they decided to come out today. It has been a trickle of folks. It started with a large crowd this morning at about 9 when Mayor Whitmire went inside. Long crowd then, and then it started to slow up, and then a bigger crowd at about noon, and folks are starting to trickle in as people start to get off from work. Let's take you now inside, live camera, showing you inside the rotunda. There you go. You see the casket of Sylvester Turner. To one side of the casket is a picture of Turner folding his arms and smiling. And behind the casket is a plaque, and I noticed it, and it reads, "As we build our city, let us think we are building forever." That is truly part of the legacy that Sylvester Turner wanted to leave behind. Also today, an emotional moment. At about 11:15 this morning, the daughter of Sylvester Turner, Ashley Turner Captain, arrived along with her husband. There she is. She wasn't there long. She spent about a minute before her father's casket. She was very emotional. She had been crying. She had asked for tissues before she even walked inside. And then she left City Hall. So it's going to be a long and emotional and draining week for her. We know she still has events in Austin that she may go to. We have not confirmed. And of course, you have the mayor's funeral on Saturday back here in Houston. Today I spoke with one of Sylvester Turner's family members, his cousin. Her name is Freddie Chapel Wright. She described growing up in the country. Turner, of course, grew up in Acres Homes in Houston. She said that Turner would pile into her car with his 8 siblings, go out to the country, and they would just have a blast. Then, when Turner became the politician, she started hanging out with her cousin, the politician, and she describes it this way. Take a listen. I know you're waiting to go inside to pay your respects to your cousin. I wonder what your thoughts and emotions are this morning about Sylvester.
Oh, I have so many mixed emotions. He and I were very, very close. Very, very close. Any event he had in the city, I was there. And he would always stop and say, "That's my first cousin over there."
Freddie Chapel-Roan talking to us. That's myself along with Deborah Duncan, who was there with me this morning. One of the family members. He comes from a large family, as I told you earlier. They were also very proud of him. Jason Miles is also here this afternoon. Jason, all day you've been talking to folks who've been going inside to pay their respects. I wonder what you're hearing from people who've been coming this afternoon.
Hey there, Lynn. Yeah, we're on the Bagby Street side of City Hall, the west side, if you will. That door behind me is where folks exit after paying their respects to former Mayor Turner. And we've met all kinds of folks, from politicians to citizens, including one lady who was the very first in line this morning.
A flag flies at half-staff outside Houston City Hall, where inside another lies atop the casket of 2-term Mayor Sylvester Turner.
It was really emotional. to see his picture when he's so lively and then see the coffin with the flag draped over it. I mean, that's why they were handing out Kleenex, because you didn't realize that you were going to start crying. I mean, it was that emotional.
Former Asian Chamber of Commerce President Linda Toyota arrived around 7 o'clock this morning to be the first in line to pay her respects to a man she long admired and worked alongside on various projects.
Approachable, relatable, caring. And he was just easy to talk to. Regardless if we agreed or disagreed, he was really open to that and very helpful.
Like many, she first met Turner when he served in the state legislature and closely watched his transition to Congress following predecessor Sheila Jackson Lee's death less than a year ago.
I'm a rodeo volunteer. He would always be in the rodeo parade, which is the last time I saw him a few days before he passed away.
Toyota says Turner was as authentic as ever, confident he served as best he could until the very end.
And of course, the last time many of us saw Congressman Turner was in a social media post just before last week's presidential address to Congress, literally just hours before he passed away in Washington, D.C. Obviously, many folks remembering his service on the national level and definitely here locally as well. Lynn?
Jason, thank you. This is such a disruption on the Houston political landscape in the past several months. Think about this. I interviewed Sylvester-Turner in his last weeks in office at the end of 2023. He told me then, I'm taking 2024 off. I said, would you be interested in Congress? Because at the time, Sheila Jackson Lee was running for mayor. I said, what if she wins? He goes, no, not interested. Then, of course, we know in July, Sheila Jackson Lee passed away from cancer. That changed everything. Now you had a vacancy. Turner felt an obligation to step in, fill a void for, he said, 2 terms if he could, for that would be a total of 4 years. He ended up serving only 2 months before his passing 1 week ago. What a turnabout. We lost 2 giants on the political landscape in Houston just in the last 7 months. Jason, Sherman.
All right, thanks, Len. And of course, both Sheila Jackson Lee and the mayor lying in state at City Hall right behind you there, Len. Thanks. We look forward to seeing you again at 5 o'clock. After lying in state here in Houston, Turner's body will move to the Texas State Capitol Rotunda in Austin on Thursday. He'll lie in honor there from noon Thursday to noon Friday. Turner's funeral will be held this Saturday at the Church Without Walls. It starts at 1 p.m. Turner's pallbearers will be members of his former security detail. If you'd like to attend, you are asked to register first online. His family asking guests to wear blue in Turner's honor. The burial, we're told, will be private. Of course, our coverage continues all this week. You can watch it here on KHOU 11 and streaming live on KHOU 11 Plus. Just download on your TV and watch for free.